Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion has come out, so it is time to rebuild our decks. And because it has increased the number of decks we need now to both a set of 9 for standard play and now an additional set of 9 for wild play, I'm doing twice as much work. So, this video is focused around Druid Wild. So, right here you can see my standard deck for Druid. It was pretty good, but not full of crazy things. And you will be able to see it here too. But I don't want to just click here and convert this to Wild, because if I did something like that and then hit this, and then added a card and then changed it, it would just save that one custom deck recipe, which is not what I need. I need to make another one. And on top of that, I need to get rid of this druid here too, so that one's gonna go away later on too. I'll do that off screen. So any wild deck has this little green leaf thing. Any standard deck does not. So we're gonna make a new deck in.
If you make a wild deck, you can only use it in wild games.
Thanks for letting me know. I knew that. And click it here. So they're giving you the same deck recipes for either. I imagine that will change later. This is the exact same recipes that you could have used in standard or wild. So I bet they'll never give you a recipe for just wild. But we're gonna make a completely custom deck, and with custom cards you get this new background and we get a lot more things to do. So the question becomes, what is the best deck to make in wild play? Will it have any Whispers of the Old Gods cards, or will it simply just have the best cards, which may not be any of the newest ones? It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see. The only way I guess I can even begin to figure it out is see if there's some cards here that would be banned right now but still work. And I don't think I'm seeing any really important cards in the Druid set that would be banned. Is there a neutral effect card that would work really well? We could always make a Murloc deck. We could always make a pirate deck, and we could always make a mech deck. Mechs in particular not getting much love in this newest expansion, and since Goblins vs. Gnomes introduced so many of them and then they got banned, it's kind of difficult to make a standard play card. When I first started playing, I would play Mana Wraith a lot of times. It would irritate the other players, but I doubt I would play it any now. Conundrum, conundrum, conundrum. I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up almost making the exact same deck to the standard deck. In fact, I may end up making just a secondary standard deck. There's nothing here that got really banned with Druid that helps. What happened with Druid is cards got nerfed and that they no longer do what they say they were going to do. And Curse of Nyxramas cards that got banned, I can't think of any that would help Druid, and same is true for Goblins vs. Gnomes. So I'm giving it a decent amount of thought before I even put the first card in, which is kind of odd. I should be putting cards in the deck at this point. If you control 2 of these at the end of your turn, summon the ancient one. That is one I wanted to certainly try out, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that in this deck. Let's look at some of the legendaries we have. I'm not gonna play Cthulhu, although I probably should play Cthulhu in something. But I play it in a standard deck, almost certainly. That would make sense. At the end of your turn, put a minion on the battlefield. No, I'm not saying anything, so let's do the same thing I did before. You have this card that you definitely want to play. I wish I had two of them. And then this card, because that's your first starter. And then choose one cards, definitely wanted. Because there's one card that will minimize it. Let's see. I think what I would do here is take this instead of Raven Idol. That seems like a good thing. And I'll take this, but this may get thrown out. Take this. Here's a mech deck, so this will be a wild only card. Take that. Because I like Mark of the Wild. Take that. Take that. Take, what is this one? Give your hero +4 plus armor. What's weird here is in the wild decks you can't particularly see the cards that are wild only until you looked at them. You'd have to look at them and see what expansion they came from. So for example here, this one is the Goblins vs. Gnomes mech, so it's wild and you can see the leaves around it, where this is a Grand Tournament card and it's not wild, so but there's no leaves in general just around the cards. So from this screen I kind of wish there was something I could do here to see them. Let's see. Savage Roar. I think I'd take that. Let's see. Next card. Take this. This is the card that brings the strategy together. There's 4 legendary. You'll choose one cards have both effects combined. There. At 27. I'll put one swipe in here. Take that. Take that. Take that. I'll take this swipe out here. Because you're trying to get one legendary card, it probably would make sense to have some kind of card that would potentially help you, if that makes any sense. Here's a choose one, so I'm gonna get rid of Marks of the Wild to have this choose one and this choose one in here. And then I don't think if we just type in the word choose and search that, there's no choose ones in any of the other decks. No neutral cards that say choose one. Choose one is a strictly Druid deck. So, of all the cards we picked, I think only one of them is banned. Let's see, what happens if we converted this to standard? Here we go. This card and this card are the only two that aren't allowed. It's practically the exact same thing, and I assume if it said replace cards, you would take them out and it would give you some suggestions. Alright, so almost the exact same thing as you can see, the strategy's not going to be super in-depth or detailed or well thought out on the first day. The first day is going to require us to play with these cards and do a little bit of work. So here we are, we're in wild play. And to do wild play with the wild deck, it's custom Druid. I will rename it to Druid Wild after this this recording just for my own convenience, and I think we'll probably end up taking them out in a way so that the old decks really do line up. And it's this one, by the way, is the one we just built. So I'm going to end up deleting everything between these and deleting custom hunter because that's not our new hunter. And it'll be all in order, all the right way. Let's play one game. Play Wild. How many people are going to be playing Wild on the first day? Good question. The whole Wild and Standard thing kind of just splits the time base. See, we can see the wait time is approximately 44 seconds. There's going to be less and less people playing on Wild. I bet there's going to be rather a considerably small amount of people playing Wild casual, because you might as well play ranked if you're playing Wild. Plus the servers are getting hit really hard today because everybody's excited about the expansion.
I must protect the wild.
So this is one of the cards I want, but these aren't. For this first turn play, that would be really cool. I have 2 out of 3 of the cards, but not that third one. So unless I draw that third card, the, what is it called? Forbidden Ancient, my strategy's not going to work here. This strategy will work fine though. Play the coin in the turn. So if I got like the Forbidden Ancient next turn, it would only be more powerful. I really like the Forbidden Ancient because it is very useful in every single turn. It's great on the first turn if you have these 2 that power it up. It's kind of okay on the first turn even if you don't have these 2 to power it up. And then it would just be a 1 mana, 1 attack, 1 health. But it's also great on the 10th turn, because then on the 10th turn it would be a 10 mana, 10 health. And so it just grows depending on how much mana you give it. Come on. End your turn, enemy. I think you did, and the servers are having trouble.
I must move quickly.
Well, we had kind of a disappointing test run in the last recording because the player just wasn't as good as I would have liked. Let's see. Let's just do this and then this. And then end the turn.
For the wild.
Hey, that worked better than I thought it was going to. I had forgotten his hero power gave him 1 armor and 1 attack, which was exactly what I needed to take that guy out. So we've already set up something like a Savage Roar to win.
Let me think.
Changes my attack.
Reporting for duty.
+2 taunt. Play this. Play this.
For the wild.
Here. Protect the face. Protect the face. The strength I have seen so far in playing these Druid decks are just flexibility, able to get several characters on the field really early. I haven't even pulled off the crazy combinations that I'd like to pull off. I have yet to being able to play the Forbidden Ancient, and then what's the other guy that has, let's see, what, the Fandral Staghelm? Fandral Staghelm. I've yet to been able to play that because that would really make all these cards work nicely. Feel Rage, give you Hero 4, attack this turn. Alright. It's kind of a silly one to waste, but
For the wild.
I'll do it. I am so set too. If I was to get a level 10 mana character, which I don't even have a 10, my most expensive ones are 7. But if I was to try to play 10 mana next
Victory
turn,
is yours.
I could do it. And I was so set, and he saw that, so he went ahead and sacrificed himself. And I have beaten one more thing towards the quests, so I'm going to get all my quests done just doing these expansions. So, anywho, that's it for my wild deck. Only 2 cards different. I imagine as the years go on, the wild decks are going to start to be a little bit drastically different from what a standard deck would be. But for the Druid, for my card collection, which a big problem here is probably my card collection, even though I just opened 100 packs of Whispers of the Old Gods, I still am missing a lot of cards. I still don't have 2 of every card I'd want to play. So that's affecting things too. But not a big difference at the beginning. There will definitely be a big difference in a couple of years. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.